I photographed my first wedding by myself in over 4 years, and I have to tell you, man, I was nervous, but everything came out to be amazing. So I haven't photographed a wedding by myself in over 4 years. Obviously, I opened a photography studio in Chicago, and little by little I created a team that came with second shooters, with assistants. Having that team, it never gave me the need to photograph a wedding by myself, so I got comfortable and photographing a wedding with a team. And the reason that I go photograph a wedding with a team is just because I like to get creative. I like to take my time throughout the wedding, and I like to make sure that every picture that I bring to the bride and the groom, they're different from my previous wedding. So having a team allowed me that time to think during the wedding day and to be creative. So let me tell you guys this story. I got a call from my assistant that she would not be able to attend to the wedding due to possible be testing positive to COVID-19. So obviously I freak out. I'm like, oh no, man, like I have, it's been 4 years since I have photographed a wedding by myself, like what I'm gonna do. And the wedding was in Indiana, so like it was like last minute. She notified me on Friday, and the wedding was on Saturday, so I didn't know what else to do. But I came to my office, I sat down, and I said to myself, Chris, remember when you started? When you started, it was just you by yourself, and that got you where you at today. So guess what? Grab your gear, go out there, and you're gonna photograph this wedding tomorrow by myself. And I'm like, okay, I like that motivation, Chris. So anyway, I do not, obviously, I don't want to inform the bride that I will be coming to by myself, because I don't want to freak out the bride and the groom in the wedding day. So what I did was, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show up over there. When I see the bride and the groom face to face, I'm gonna tell them, like, you know what? Unfortunately, due to the what's going on right now, my assistant don't want to risk it, and she will not be able to assist the wedding. But don't worry, I got this. I got this, and I'm gonna make the best out of this wedding for you guys. I arrive in the groom's location first. I usually start with the groom, and I'm in the car, like, man, I hope everything turned out well. I'm nervous. I got to the groom house. Everybody, all the groomsmen, nice and calm, chill. They were waiting for me, and I arrived about 20 minutes early because I know I'm by myself, so I need to be setting up the light, breaking down the light, closing this, opening this, bringing out the lens, switching out the lens, doing all this kind of cool stuff to make sure that pictures come out amazing. So right away, I go into the groom's location. Man, it feels so good, the energy that I had, that I'm like, you know what? I had this thing in me that I'm gonna make this wedding look amazing. So I started photographing everything, and the first picture that I take, it was amazing. The details, it was great. So then, everybody's chill, nothing's crazy is happening. I told the groom, let's get ready. The groom started getting ready. I'm snapping shot left and right. I'm looking at my camera. Everything that I see in my camera, I'm loving it. Usually, even with having an assistant, the groom part getting ready is so fast, just because obviously the groom don't like to be photographed while getting ready. Most of the groom doesn't. And boom, I left the groom's location with a good collection of the groom getting ready. The hard part for me during the wedding day is always the bride getting ready. It's not just the bride getting ready. It's that one of the pictures that is very important is obviously the wedding dress. The details, the invitations, everything they have to do with the wedding. Most of the time, the bride have it. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do by myself again? Let's photograph the bride. I arrive at the bride's location, and I'm outside looking. Best location, perfect location that it could be for a bride to get ready. It was this beautiful home in Indiana. It was like an antique looking house. It was great. So as soon as I got in there, the bride was completely ready. I'm like, so once the bride is completely ready, what I mean, just like makeup, hair ready, she actually waiting for me. And again, I'm ahead of schedule just because I want to give myself a little bit of time, just in case something's happening that I need to move fast. One of the things about the weddings is that everything happening so fast. So I don't have no room for mistakes, because that time will not come back. So I need to make sure that everything that's happening, I'm catching it by at the time that it's happening, because it's not gonna happen again. Here and there, I might could be doing, do something where, like, okay, wait, do that again, but that don't happen often. So I started setting on my lights, the bright, nice and calm. As I'm setting on my lights, I see two little girls posing amazing for the camera. So I snapped a picture. The light was not even set up to photograph the two little girls, but the pictures came out amazing. Then I'm continuing setting up the camera, putting on the dress. The bride decided to help the sister get ready right where I'm gonna photograph the dress. Yeah, I'm like, wait. As I was taking a test shot, I snapped and boom, perfect picture of the bride helping the sister getting ready. I like what was going on, right? And then I'm good in time. The ceremony location is not too far where we was at, so I asked the bride, oh, let me photograph some of your detail, which I usually do during the wedding. But I was saying to myself, since I'm by myself, I'm not gonna go ahead and do the detail shots just because I could capture something else. But then I asked her, oh, let me take a picture of the details, your shoes, your ring, whatever you have, so we could put it in the album as well. So she said, oh, the detail is upstairs. Now when I go upstairs, the shoes, everything was just placed in the right moment, the right location, and the bride don't have no idea that this is like where the picture will look great, so right away I run downstairs, get the light, set it up, snap the shoes, snap the ring, and the pictures came out so clear. And now I'm saying to myself, like, man, Chris, you got this. Like, everything is landing in your lap. The thing about me during this wedding is that there is no excuses. No matter what's happening, we need to go there and execute and make the thing happen, because you cannot come back to a bride and the groom and tell them, sorry, your shoes were placed somewhere else and something like that. We need to make it happen. Done photographing details. I told the bride, I said, come on, let's go back downstairs, let's put your dress. She taking the dress out the hanger, and when she take the dress out the hanger, I saw this little thing under this dress. Again, this is not conversation that just because everything that's happened, I want to make sure I secure the shots. So usually my assistant will ask the bride any details today that you wanted to mainly get in photos. So those questions was not asked because I was by myself. So as the bride was getting ready to put the dress, I saw the little metal thing inside the dress. So I'm like, wait, what is that? And then she said, oh, that's actually my necklace. It's my dad's ashes, but I put it inside my dress so it could be with me as I'm walking down the aisle. Yeah, I'm like, wait, stop right there. I popped the camera, snapped the picture. Beautiful memory of the bride holding that medal of her dad's ashes under her dress. I knew once the bride would see that picture, she was gonna love it. She was gonna freak out, like, this is why I did it. I put that medal right there to save that memory. Right there, I told the bride, you know what, let's hop in your dress, let's get these pictures going. I have a perfect light window coming in, my light, I have 2 lights set up, they're all flashing really nice to the bride, lighting up the room, which was beautiful. And I just start snapping, and I let my creativity took over, and I kind of like was not worried so much. My mind was not trying to focus so much. I was like, Chris, you've been doing this for so long. You got this. And every picture after that, it was just like bang, 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 bang. Amazing shots, Since we were good on time and I was liking what I'm seeing, now I want to go up above and beyond. So I told the bride, stop right there. I ran to get the bridesmaid. I told the bridesmaid, meet me upstairs. You guys gonna help the bride getting ready right in that room upstairs. So we go back upstairs, this beautiful bookshelf in the background, and just the bridesmaid, they just helping the bride getting ready, having a good time talking. And here goes me again, running with the lights, setting up the lights so we could get this perfect lit picture with amazing, beautiful background. Even when the sister got her knee to put her shoes on, everything was just in place. That as me directing the wedding, it was more like me talking to a friend and just enjoying the time. Bride finished putting her shoes on, her mom was talking to her, and I'm just got to look that way. I'm like, stay right there again. I moved back, set up my lens, switched the lens of the camera, put the right light on place, and photograph a beautiful portrait of the bride sitting down looking at me with this beautiful natural smile. And I was so happy when I saw that picture behind my camera. So the first 2 hours of getting ready was great. I mean, the photos are coming out incredible. Now it's time for the ceremony. I head down to the ceremony. When I get to the ceremony, I see this outdoor location, beautiful, but the problem is that we had this big sun right above us with no cloud and a bunch of trees. So it was just like, no, what I'm gonna do? So again, I'm running around trying to figure it out. Like, Chris, are you gonna use flash? You're not gonna use flash. You're gonna use natural light. What is you gonna do? Where you gonna position yourself? Because the sun is it's an obstacle when it comes down to taking a photo, especially being up there. So it's right on top of everything without cloud. The shadows are horrible. People are lit, some people are not lit. It was just like, oh my God. So I'm freaking out again inside me. I don't show the bride, nobody, that I'm freaking out. I'm just thinking quietly, smiling, looking to the side. Okay, Chris, what you gonna do? So I spent like at least 10 minutes just finding the right shot, the right location. I was looking for and thinking what I was gonna do for the photos. The bride bring her 2 dogs, and they were it was again another amazing moment. She playing the dogs are just chilling. So I ran over there, I stopped what I was doing, I ran over there and got this beautiful portrait of the dog and the bride with the dog. It just like, I know this is something that she wanted to have. I'm overthinking about the sun, but let me get this portrait of her and her puppies, because this picture was gonna be incredible. And soon enough, I photographed the dog, I photographed her with the dog. It was just so peaceful that I even stood there for like a good 2 minutes just looking at the picture like, ah. So right there, I was walking back. I told the bride, you know what, let me snap these 2 pictures very quick of you. She got up, it was just perfect. Even though the sun was so hot on us right there, the picture she photographed so amazing where she was at. And again, it was a picture that it was not planned or nothing, but just the fact that I took that extra second to snap these 2 pictures, it was like perfect portrait of the bride. The moment came, right? The moment came, that's it. All right, Chris, you have to do what you have to do. Whatever comes out that camera is what's gonna happen. So they're walking down the aisle. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do, right? So that sun is so hot, and everything I see in front of me is just like everybody's pushing the hand, stuff like that. But I said, you know what, you're gonna make it happen. You have to make it happen, Chris. So I did the right setting, I switched it to the right lens, and I was able to capture them walking down the aisle. The groom came first with this amazing green suit, and once he saw the bride coming in, man, I even had the chance, even though I was alone, I didn't have a second shooter. I looked to the side, I changed the setting in the camera, photographed a picture of him crying, because I know the bride would love to see that picture. Then went back and was able to switch my setting right on time to photograph the bride walking in with her grandfather. Right before the ceremony started, I saw the bride's brother setting up this picture in the table, and I was not aware that the father of the bride was not going to be present. So I asked the guy, hey, if you don't mind, who's in the picture? Oh, that's the bride's dad. So right away, I placed the picture in a position where when the bride was going to come over here, I was going to be able to catch the dad looking at the camera and the bride right in the background. And so the bride's coming and she's looking at me as I go down to take a picture, and boom, take this amazing picture of the dad of the bride smiling, looking at me, and the bride in the background. She's looking at me because she don't have no idea what I'm doing, but the picture came out so amazing, and I know she will love that picture forever. The ceremony started, I'm there capturing all the moment that's happening. I'm making sure that, I'm trying to deliver the same thing that I would deliver if I would have had a second shooter. So I'm focusing on the bride and the groom, on everything that's going on. And I'm also focusing on the family out there smiling, because her daughter is getting married. And all of a sudden, I heard, they are about to kiss. So I ran right in the middle, took this beautiful picture of them kissing. And I don't know if it was the cloud, it was the only cloud in the whole Indiana came right at that moment, and I stood in front of the sun for allowing me to take that picture. But the picture came out amazing first kiss picture, and to be outdoor and to have that sun right above us so high, it came out great. I love the picture. So right away, I'm like, I got chills celebrating with the bride and the groom. They're walking out, they're just waving out, they're having a good time, and in a couple of hours ago, I'm over here freaking out that I don't have no assistant and no second shooter. Once they walk out, obviously, I would have my team set up the lights so we could do family formal. In this situation, we would have to set up good amount of light so we could eliminate the sunlight, So right away, as they're walking out, they say hi to the family. I grab my book bag. I start setting up all the lights that I needed for the family formal. Family formal is that usually a job for 2 people because somebody had to set up the light, or somebody set up the camera, and be calling the names of the family members for the pictures. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I set up the lights, I put the lens, and I was just calling family name by name, mother of the bride, mother of the groom, this, and everybody was just floating so well into the picture and photographing so great. Then I'm like, boom, I got another one out of my list. So right now, half of the day is completely successful. I'm excited what's happening. I was able to get beautiful portraits of the bridal part of the bride with the bridesmaid, able to get bride with each bridesmaid picture, which is something that we sometimes not able to get due to time during the wedding. We was able to get all of those going. The same thing with the groom. We able to get the groom with the groomsman, and we was able to get the groom with each individual groomsman, and it was just fire great. I'm liking it. I cannot wait until the reception. Right at that time, the groom decided to go into the party bus very quick to coordinate the route they were gonna take to the reception. The bride was just standing right there, right in front of me. Again, I'm waiting for the groom to come back so we could start taking this picture. The bride just standing right in the right place, with her beautiful dress and her veil just look amazing. I just snapped the picture as she was looking to her side, and I really think the picture came out so incredible of just the bride with her beautiful white dress and all the greens in the back. It was just so great. Now I got only 10 minutes, right, to photograph the bride and the groom. So right away, I told the bride and the groom, oh, see right there, it was this little bench by the tree. Beautiful pictures came out. Again, I found a way to hide the sun so we could have this nice portrait of the bride and the groom. I said, we continue taking the photos. I saw a bunch of leaves on the floor, right? So at that time, it was only the mom of the bride and the sister of the bride with us. So I told them, listen, you guys gonna grab some leaf and you're gonna throw those leaves in the air. Trust me, just do what I say. And I wish I would have a behind the scene of that thing. It was one picture taken, and the picture came out just perfect. Again, it was just me taking these photos, but at the same time thinking about the next photo. What I'm gonna do to make this picture look amazing. Tell you something. When I tell you about the sun, I only had one enemy that day, and the enemy was the sun. The sun was so high, and we get to the reception. It was outdoors, rooftop. So guess what? That sun is back again to attack me, and I'm like, you know what? At this time, I'm not even gonna worry about the sun no more. It is what it is. Capture what you can, Chris. And soon enough, the bride and groom walked in. They look amazing, smiling to everybody. Snap that picture. Even though it has some shadows online, the picture looks great. And the groom decided to stay in this railing to have a quick drink and a quick talk. I went in there very quick, set up my light again, snapped this beautiful shot of them just talking to each other. It was great. And then all of a sudden I hear mariachi. So if it's mariachi, you have to take that one picture. So I told the bride and the groom, you know what, let's take a quick picture with the mariachi. Again, not taking them away for the time. It was just literally, we walk in, take a picture with mariachi and great. But I knew that picture with the mariachi was gonna be amazing. We only had 1 hour left. It was a long 10-hour day, but it was great. We was able to get so many amazing images. The only thing left right now was the introduction. The bride and the groom comes in, smiling, celebrating because the day was so perfect, Then right after that, they did the mother and daughter dance and the son and mother dance. The picture came out great, and I knew that right after the dance, it was gonna be the first dance of the bride and the groom. So I decided to run up to the second level of the rooftop and waited for the bride and the groom to start dancing so I could snap a picture of them with this wide angle of the whole rooftop, and the picture came out just perfect. I had to say, it was one amazing wedding. I couldn't be more happy the way this whole gallery turned out to be. Like, the whole wedding gallery is amazing. The feedback that I got from the bride and the groom really made me feel that, sometimes Sometimes you got obstacle in front of you, but don't let yourself down. You know, keep going straight, and then you're gonna be okay. You know, sometimes we overthink stuff, and at the end of the day, if you know what you know, you're gonna be okay.